What is happening, man?
Hi, Rich. How are you doing?
Good.
First of all, thank you very much for all your content and guidance. Really love it.
No
Um,
problem.
I just wanted to ask you about, I remember you mentioned in one video that uh, initially, like a long time ago, you were in a relationship and you were in a situation where you were spending a lot of time, on the phone,
Hmm.
and that's something obviously that
Are
kind
you
of
married
it
though?
damages.
Because your
I'm
DM
married.
says you're married. Okay, married guy. Okay,
Yes,
go ahead.
I'm
Yeah.
married. So, and you said that, obviously that damages the attraction. You're spending so much time talking to a woman, and
Hmm.
so in the long term relationship or in the marriage, obviously you have to carry a conversation to some extent. So, what is that degree? How do you carry on a conversation? How do you maintain attraction, and at
Yeah,
the
that's
same time not undervalue yourself,
yeah,
but
got
still
it. So
hold
that's
firm?
going to depend on quite a few things actually, because I mean, you could cut back the amount of time like let's say that you travel a lot and you're on the phone a lot. Like under under what context are you spending so much time on the phone?
Well, right now I'm living away from my family. I'm in Canada. They're abroad.
Okay.
So that's now obviously there's the time difference aspect there as well. But I'm working full time, so that kind of
You have kids?
limits. I have kids. Yes, three kids.
Okay. So like, do you see them every 3 months? Like, do you travel back and forth to see them, or how does that work?
Yeah, I travel back and forth. They're going to be visiting me. They're going to be coming back as well. But right now, I mean, we're going to be apart for till probably the end of November. So for a few months.
How often do you guys talk? Like, you're on a Skype or FaceTime. Like, is that what you use, or is it on a phone call?
Daily. It's a phone
Daily.
call
Okay.
or on WhatsApp video chat, but we do it daily
And
basically with the
and how
kids and
long
my
is it?
wife. Well, usually, I'll do it maybe about an hour every night,
And you
and
talk
then
to the
maybe
kids?
yeah, bedtime. I'll do the bedtime in the
Okay.
morning with
How
them.
much time
Yeah.
do you talk to kids for, and how much time you talk to wives for?
Well, usually it's like on the same call, so the kids will chime in, and so I'll do a couple of minutes with them, then with the wife, and talking about school, and then talking with the kids for a little bit. So it's just back and forth,
Okay. And is
Yeah.
she like talking about family stuff, like like productivity issues, with the kids, stuff that's going on, with relatives,
Yeah,
or is it just like, I watched the
sometimes it's
show
with
and The
relatives.
Bachelor, and
Sometimes
somebody got
it's
voted off the island? Like, what are you talking about?
no, it's usually sometimes with the relatives, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's usually it's about the kids. Usually it's about stuff that's going on in our house, things
Okay.
that need to be done, things that we have on our to-do list, just going over them. But it's not rarely do we ever talk about entertainment or TV. It's very
Okay.
rare.
All right.
But
And
there is one thing. There
hmm
is one thing with
go
her
ahead.
issues with her in her relationships. So sometimes I have to be, like Rolo was saying, if you're talking to a woman and you're talking to her in a way that's feminine, then you become her girlfriend. So
Yeah.
I'm very conscious of that. I don't want to be somebody where, and she's mentioned that sometimes I'm not, being a good soundboard, but at the same time I don't want to come across as as feminine.
Well, yeah, okay, so that's a good point. So, like, women have girlfriends and boyfriends, obviously, right? Girlfriend, she's going to get together and have a little drink and, talk about shit like, being a parent and a mother and raising kids and the stupid shit that they have to put up with, right? And they're probably going to complain a little bit about other things as well. Let, like, encourage her to have time with women for stuff like that. Deal with
Sure.
the look, we have a family, we have kids. I want to make sure they're fed, they're doing their schoolwork, like, whatever's important to you, and then
Right.
whatever's important to the relationship, and then that's it, right? But I mean, like, you don't want to get into a long drawn out 2 or 3 hour conversation on a video call every day of the week. I mean, I'm assuming you have other things to do as
Of
well, but
course.
I mean, you're still a married guy, you're a family guy, you have small children to raise. It sounds like they're young still.
And they're very young. Yeah, my
Yeah.
oldest is 7.
Yeah, well, you want to have a good relationship with that, right? Because I mean, those are the formative years. So give the kids the time they need, give her the time that she needs, but you have to judge when to end it, right? If it's like, okay, this is not a good, useful conversation for either one of us, then
Right.
you're the guy. You know what, sweetheart? Love you to bits. I got to run. I got to do this, or I have to, complete this task or whatever,
I
and
understand.
that's it. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love you. Good night. Boom. Right. That's it.
And then just one last question. What would you say about, keeping conversations, keeping them, keeping the spice in the conversations? Like in, the initial days, obviously it's very romantic and, there's a lot of genuine burning desire. But as the conversations, when you're in a long-term marriage, they're very dry,
How
talking about regular
often?
stuff.
How often do you see your family?
Well, lately it's been quite a lot. It's usually every 2 months.
Okay, so 2 months is good. So you see your wife for a little bit, you see the kids, for the 2 months, and you
Right,
come back. Okay,
right,
fair enough.
right. And
Yeah. So I mean,
hopefully
like
in
you've got like
November, it's going to be full time.
yeah. So you're in an
They're going
interesting
to move.
long distance, long term relationship because you're married, right? You're
Right.
doing this for work, but you
Yes.
still get to see her. So I mean, there's still the intimacy. You still get to be with her. You still get to play and see the kids.
Yeah.
Just keep it spicy, man. Just throw a little spice in there. I don't know, what your culture, is going to limit you to, but be as creative as you want. Like, she's your wife, right? Like, sex is the glue that holds the marriage together, sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Make sure that lots of that is going on. Whatever you feel comfortable with.
Got it. Thank you so
It
much.
doesn't have to be
Appreciate
every
it.
single call, but at least like, hey, look, whatever it happens to be,
I get what
but
you're
it
saying.
better, just tell her, you know what? It just better put a smile on my face when I open up my phone.
Got it. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Sounds good. I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you very
Play around
much.
with it. Okay, man.
All
See ya.
right. Thank you.
Bye.